Good morning, everyone. Sheila here in Boho Daydreams, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful time celebrating with family and friends. And I know some of you are still celebrating, still having more get-togethers and such, which is wonderful. When I was younger, still living up in northern Canada, well, northern British Columbia, Canada, we would have 3 or 4 days of celebrating because the family was just so big. There was family everywhere. So sometimes it takes a few days to get through all the festivities. It was lots of fun. Very tiring, but lots of fun. My kids loved it. So I have here, this is Angelique. And Angelique is a 4¼ by 5¼ inch journal with a 1½ inch spine, and she is covered in some very beautiful deep purple silk velvet that I dyed. And she's also craft text, so it's the first time I'm using craft text, and I really like it. So her cover has this beautiful little medallion that I put together. And I did put a tutorial on how I did this in my last video. But isn't that just so pretty? And I just glued it together. And then I glued it on top of beaded flower that I found on one of the pieces of textile. And then she is attached to some antique lace. I think she's really pretty. This is also the sleeve of a dress that I just secured down. And it just wraps all the way around. It's got its own silk tie. And then it's a 4 signature journal. So it has 4 charms that will hang on the bottom of this journal. This is essentially a naked journal and would be an interactive journal, but I don't believe the recipient would make it interactive, so I added a few extra things on the inside, and I'm hoping that she will write her story and love her story. It's meant to document her experience. And then I have just a couple of charms hanging off the tie. So this isn't going to be a long video, just because it's just a tiny journal. But I like to document them because my family, who's not even remotely close to here, will watch what I do, and my kids will watch what I do, and that way they can be involved also in my life, and my grandkids too. I have one granddaughter that loves to craft, and so these give her ideas also. So let's just go inside. So she is covered with some very beautiful vintage cotton on the inside. She has a lace pocket, I believe. No, this is just a half lace pocket. And then I adorned it with a little bit of the pearl trim that I have. And I made just a little tag here that can be used however. And I put a little bit of the jewelry stuff on top. And then I made just a little collage that I have only secured with a paper clip. And I want you to love your story. That's what I want, because we all have a story, and our story has created us to be who we are. And without that story, we would be different. And so to love the story is so important, because that is why we are who we are. So it's got a lot of French document paper, French ledger paper. And then I just covered it with the beautiful jewels, jewelry trim. And some of the paper was made with lace doilies and stencils and such. I want this to look old. I want it to appear to have been sitting in some corner of some space, forgotten for all the years, aged to look like it is old. This is a little textile textile swatch thing, and it's just paper clipped in. So that can be used wherever. I love this trim, and that's why I did that on a little bit of cheesecloth. I love that. And and I'm going to link this because I noticed that there are several of you that have loved this. Oh my goodness, this is the best waxed cotton thread ever because it comes in so many colors. Anything that you create, it's got a color for it. And there's so much of it. And then I used my washi tape that I have in my Etsy. And that's one of, I only have a couple of things in my Etsy, and that's one of them. And I just love to make it look like the page is torn and scotch taped and just left to age, just old. There's the back. And this is a French ledger paper, and this photo can be removed, and you can put your own photo in there. I just love this. You can add it the other way too. I love this little book that I found. It was a really old little book, had these cute little images in it. And yeah, I deconstructed it for the first time. I've deconstructed a pretty little book. Then there's more of the washi tape. And I found this, and I know it's something that I've created, and I don't know if it was part of another package, but it fit in here so perfectly that I've used it. My place is kind of a mess right now, and so I didn't know where it belonged, and so I just reused it, recycled it. I can make more. Isn't that pretty? Just some old laces. Lots of places to put your pretty pictures. I love that. This is just glued down, but I love it. And there's a space here to put something special. Some old paper. I'm surprised I kept this one because I used to be so fussy and I didn't keep stuff like this. I considered that to be destroyed. I've grown a little bit. And then I just added some jewels to the one edge like that. I love this trim. I love it. I should make that available in my Patreon. And then there's another little image, and this one's glued down, but it is a flip up, a little bit of a flip up, because sometimes I'm a little handy with the glue, and I glued it down. There's an antique piece of lace, a little oval. I don't know what. I got some of this many years ago, a package of it. And I don't know what it was. And it's got triangles and rectangles and ovals and larger squares and whatnot. And so I thought that was just perfect. I love the gold mirrored pieces. They just reflect so pretty. And here is one more little tag that I put in. Just so pretty. I love the scallop stuff. I hope that the recipient to this will love it and that she will write her story in it. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will be back again soon. Bye-bye.